Okay guys, going to do a quick video on Solana. Where do I think the price can go over the next few months or this bull run? Are we going into a bear market? What are the price targets? Now, there is some alarming data on Solana. So wait till we get to the trading view. We're going to do the TA. I'm going to tell you some things that some of you probably aren't going to like, and some of the targets are absolutely insane. We're going to talk about where we are right now with our strategy, bull run, bear market, what my next plays are for Solana, this bull and bear. So let's get into it. It's going to be a little bit lengthy, guys, but please watch it to the end because I'm not only just telling you price targets, I'm trying to teach you guys how this market works, okay? How this market moves, how we made money this cycle, and how much money we made from Solana, from just playing the simple buy and sell alerts, right? It's not even complicated. The SMC bot gave us a buy. You buy, you literally bottom of the bull run, literally buy, and then it just mooned, right? Buy, it just mooned. The same thing's going to happen next cycle. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. It's going to crash. You're going to get a buy signal, and then the market's probably going to pump again, right? It's a very simple game. Why do most people lose? Most people are actually in profits here. Every single person who bought Solana ever had won here. So 100% of people who bought Solana at any point whatsoever, whether you bought it in the bear market or the bull run, it actually won. But most people lose because they get greedy and they don't take profit. So I'm going to talk about that in this video, okay? So first of all, here is my buy alert. So as you guys know, I post all of my alerts from Discord so you guys can see the actual calls. So here I posted a buy alert for Solana 23.94. I said it's going to be a competitor against Ethereum. As you know, I really don't like Ethereum. It's slow, it's expensive. Why is a blockchain that's slow and expensive ever going to win? It's going to be beaten by faster, cheaper blockchains, guys, right? Whether it happens now, whether it happens this cycle, eventually it's going to be outperformed by new blockchains. And what happened with Solana, it actually massively outperformed Ethereum. It done a 30x from its lows, which for a low risk asset is insane. And all of the money that was sitting in Ethereum, right, some serious institutional money, some serious funds, has literally done what, a 2x or a 3x, which is worse than many stocks, guys. It's worse than many stocks. There's a lot of institutions right now who are just questioning their fund managers and what the hell's going on. They're not going to be making that mistake next cycle, okay? So we're going to talk about that when we get towards the end of the video, because I think a lot of money is going to come out of Ethereum and go into other blockchains. Is it going to be Solana? Is it going to be Sui? We'll know in the bear market, right? Because we'll be researching these projects in great detail to see what they're doing, to see what all the smart money are doing. We'll be trying to find where is the money from ETH going on chain right now. Is it going to Solana? Is it going to Sui, right? We'll be able to track those transactions. So we bought it at 23.94, really good entry, pretty much end of the bear market, start of the bull run, and absolutely rallied. So why did I take profits here? Very simple. I put here sell alert Solana $190. Lovely gains, guys. Been riding it up since 23. So people call me a flip-flop, guys. I did not flip-flop this. I literally sat and held through every pump and dump, through this pump and dump, through this pump and dump, through this pump and dump, and I started to take 30% off the table, right? It still had a 70% bag in Solana, so quite a big bag still. Because I had conviction that we were going to see some more upside, and what happened, we ended up seeing some more upside. Why did I take profit here? It was my plan all along, right? Posted in my Discord back in 2023, 5th of November. I will defo change depending on the macro and sentiment. What do I mean by that? So basically, hey, if we go into a bull run and Kamala Harris wins and Gensler said he's going to fine every crypto company, the market's going to be completely different from Donald Trump winning the election, and we get an ETF approval, and we get BlackRock in the game, and Fidelity, and hey, maybe a crypto fund, right? They're two massively different outcomes. So some people compare, oh, this happened 2021, this happened. I move with the data. If the data changes, I'm out, right? If the data changes, I'm in. If we're going to get a crypto president and he's going to buy cryptos and there's going to be crypto ETFs, it's a completely different situation. So you have to be analyzing the macro and sentiment. You can't just buy a metaverse token when the metaverse is dying and collapsing, and Disney's cancelled their metaverse project and Facebook's cancelled their metaverse project just because, you know, someone said that Sandbox can do well. You go into Sandbox, right? Is there anyone using it? No, there's no users here, right? Is the macro changing for Metaverse? Yes, everyone's getting away from Metaverse. Everyone's getting into AI. You have to be looking at the macro. You have to be looking at the events surrounding the crypto space. So we were quite fortunate because we had the easiest cycle ever. This cycle was the easiest cycle. You had BlackRock pumping your bags. You had Donald Trump pumping your bags. Gary Gensler got fired. We had a Bitcoin ETF. We had a Ethereum ETF, right? Once the first few start to get approved, you're laughing. The SEC lost their case multiple times. They lost their case to XRP. Almost everything that could go well went well. Donald Trump was speaking at the Bitcoin conference. Like, we literally had the easiest cycle. You didn't even have any FUD moments where you're like, oh, should I sell all my portfolio here, right? Like we did last cycle. There was loads of different events where people were coming out trying to abandon it, and it was so easy this cycle just to hold. And I put here, we don't have anything to worry about until BTC hits all-time high. Why is this? Why did I put that? BTC hits all-time high. Why was I planning to take profits there? Well, basically, when BTC tends to hit all-time high, you tend to have some sort of a cool down or a pullback, especially in altcoins. Now, I didn't expect the altcoin crash to be as bad as it was in March, April 2024. It was really bad. Things came down 80%, 70%, 90%. Some things have still not recovered, right? I sold a lot of my high-risk altcoins, and many of them are still down today, 90%, right? I would have lost a lot of money if I hadn't have taken profits off the table here. So I sold some. I sold 30% of my low risks. So like projects like Solana, Casper, Solana Render, so my low risk portfolio. And then I sold 100% of my high risks that I was just trading on the way up, right? I was only really in them for the rally to the upside. So sold 70%, sold 30%, and still have 70% left for the leg up to Sol. So I'm still convinced that Sol was potentially going to go up to $500. Remember, pigs get slaughtered. What does that mean? It means that most people in crypto lose because they don't take profits, guys, right? They hold and they want more and they're more. And this is why we're able to win, right? The charts are literally human psychology. And most people will hold to the ground. They'll hold their bags because purely they're greedy and they just want more and more. And hey, my Sol has done a 10x, right? It was 10K, it's now 100K. If it just does a 2x from here, I now have 200K and I can buy this house, I can buy that, right? People get greedy and then they end up losing their bags. And that's why dollar cost averaging out is the best strategy I've ever had, right? Or ever seen. Most of I read books and I studied a lot of successful investors during the bear markets, and most of them just said, I don't try and time the markets, I just DCA in a bear market and I DCA out in a bull run. Okay, so that's the strategy that I'm going to have every cycle. I'm just going to DCA when you're down here, when it's going sideways, just little nibbles on red days. Oh, we got a big red day, I'm going to take a little bite. Oh, we got a big red day, I'm going to do a nice big DCA here. Oh, we're pumping, I'm not buying, right? We got another red day, I'm going to DCA, right? Just little nibbles, building a bag, ready for the bull run. And then as we go into the bull run, I personally don't buy anymore, right? I wasn't buying any Solana at $30. Why? Because I got it at $23, right? I've been nibbling into Solana. I didn't buy any at $50. I didn't buy any at $70, right? Why would I buy Solana at $70 or $150 when I was buying it at $23? It doesn't make sense to me. My only goal is to take profits and sell as we go up and up and up, right? This is what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to make a 10x on a low risk asset. I'm not trying to make a 100x, a 50x. So buying the bear, selling the bull. I see a lot of people DCA all the way up. Not for me, not my strategy. Look, if it works for you, it works for you. I can understand it on Bitcoin. I can just about understand it on Bitcoin because I think most of us are expecting Bitcoin to go to $1 million in what? 8 years, 6 years, who knows? Maybe even sooner, maybe even 4 years. Nobody knows. But I think most of us are convinced that there is a limited supply, there's global adoption, that it's going to go to $1 million. Bitcoin's a little bit different, but it's still not for me. I would still trade the bull and bear on Bitcoin. We bought Bitcoin at $23,000. I wouldn't really buy it after $50,000, $100,000 because look, where are you expecting it to go this cycle? You're trying to make a 2x off that. Personally, not for me. If you're a whale institution, hey, maybe it's for you. Second sell. So actually, let's work out how much profit this would have made, because we did sell 30%, right? And we didn't sell. We sold more. We sold a lot more. We sold 50% up here when we pushed up. So let's actually go ChatGPT, try to work out how much profit I've made. So let's say I put how much is left? So I put $10,000 into Solana at 23.94, and I sold 30% at $190. Okay, so we're going to work out exactly where we are today. If you had have invested $100, or if you had have invested $1,000 or $10,000, we're going to work out exactly where we are today and how much we have left in our bags. Okay, so that's the first milestone. So let's go and have a look where we are today. So where's this post? So then I took more profits. So it was around, can we see the price here? 240. I posted the video. So 241. Sorry, when did I post the video? So is this video, no, this one here, 3 weeks ago, why I'm selling my crypto. I can't remember exactly when I posted that video, but this is when I posted it on YouTube. Get it, right? So, so this price was 255 when I posted that video. So let's do 255. I then sold 50%, so I sold a lot more because there was loads of red flags in the market, right? The smart money was selling, there was market exhaustion, Trump was launching liquidity grabs, everyone was selling their altcoins to buy these liquidity grabs. The market shifted, right? There's 3 million altcoins, there was only 3,000 last cycle. We had like 10 signs that the market was about to crash. Big up if you took those trades as well, guys, because we made an absolute killing. Not only did we sell a lot of our portfolio, which would have gone down 70-80%, I shorted the market as well. You can see here Melania, $5,000, Sui, 2,700, shorted Ethereum, $10,000, shorted Solana, $5,000, shorted XRP, $20,000, shorted Trump, $2,000, Jupiter, 1.4k. I shorted Fartcoin, 2.5k. Shorted Peanut, 3.6k. Shorted BTC, $26,000. And I've put on more shorts since, so I took profits on those shorts, and I've entered new shorts. So I've entered another short on ETH, which is in profits, Hype in profits, Ondo in profits, Solana in profits, XRP, another short on XRP is in profits. That's just going down, man. BTC, my new BTC shorts back in major profits. I got back in at 99k. After taking profits on that. So still shorting, still making an absolute killing on these shorts, and I still think we potentially might see a lot of downside, which I'll get into. Okay, so where were we? So we're working out these prices. So we sold 50% here. We've got the price, which was 255. So let me chuck this into ChatGPT. I then sold 50% at $255. 50%, that's of the remaining balance I had. So remaining balance I had at $255. Okay, so $23.94, $255. It should be able to work out all the P&Ls for us. And I still so we need to work out how much did I make in total and how much do I have left. So this is if you had 10k. We'll do it with 100 and $1,000. Let's see if it can work out, that out. We won't put the short positions in there, guys, because those are just degen gambles, right? Even though we've made a killing on those shorts, those are just extra gambles. And hey, look, you can, if I can make a 10x on the way down in the bear market, happy days, right? If I can turn 10k to 100k, or if I can turn 100k to $1 million, it's more money that I'm going to have to buy in the bear market, right? It's more money that I'm going to have to accumulate in the bear market. I could also lose it, right? I could lose that 10k or 100k. That's why I'm trading with amounts that I'm prepared to lose, right? I'm not trading with 50% of my portfolio. I'm not going to lose all of the gains that I made holding from the bear market to the bull run on short in the market. That's a very dangerous game. Hey, I'm prepared to risk 5-10% because I'm massively, right? So I can risk a little small amount. You've made a total profit of $51,000 from your sales. You still have 146.2 Solana left at a price of 255 per SOL. Your remaining SOL is worth approximately $37,000. So, okay, so not bad. And that is if the price was 255. The price has come down since, okay? So not bad, right? Started with $10,000. Profit so far, $51,000. And still have a $37,000 bag. If you started with 10k, let's work it out. If you had started with 1k, okay, and what if I started with 1k or $100? What would I be on? Obviously it's going to be so 50, 60, 70, 80. It's going to be like 8 grand, I believe. Let's let it work it out. Okay. Whilst that's working that out, let's have a look at some price targets for Solana, because I know you guys are looking for those. So very, very simple. Buy signal down here. We've still not had a sell signal on the weekly chart on the SMC bot on Solana. If you want the SMC bot, by the way, guys, jump in the Discord. You can get involved with us. You can see all of the buy and sell alerts. We've got a pro trader here who's posting leverage trades pretty much every day. We're tracking all the smart money, so when people are buying or selling, especially the smart money wallets, we get notified in real time. We've got a really advanced Discord here. We can see Trump transactions, and we can see when stuff's going on. See here, Trump has a CEX inflow of $11 million. That's 3x the usual average. So when a SEX, which is a centralized exchange, has inflows, that means that wallets, normally decentralized wallets, are adding money to the exchange, usually to sell. There's no other reason you would add a meme coin to an exchange apart from to sell most of the time. So CEX inflows equal sales, and then a few guys took some shorts on that, and what happened shortly after the price dumped, okay, because it was $11 million, right? It wasn't a small amount of money. So some of the alpha in this Discord is phenomenal, guys. It's not that much. It's like $30 a month or something like that, and you can leave at any time. You're not locked into that. Okay, so if you started with $1,000, your total profit would be $5,000. So not bad, right? Anybody can get a side hustle and make $1,000. That's not a bad return. And you'd still have 14.62 SOL left, which approximately 3,700. So you still have a moon bag in case we potentially see more upside, right? People say to me, why haven't you sold all this Solana? Nobody can predict, right? Even though we've had a great cycle, nobody can predict where the top is. Can Solana still hit $500, $1,000? Absolutely. Anything's possible. Am I happy with the amounts that I've made? Yes, I only wanted to hit 10x on Solana. I've hit a 10x on Solana. I had a lot of money in Solana because it was a low risk play. Most of my money was in Bitcoin and Solana, the lowest risk plays I could find. And I've made more money than I ever was expecting to, and I'm not going to be greedy. Now I have a moon bag, which, hey, if Solana does a 2 or 3x from here, happy days. It's a nice bonus, right? But if Solana comes down, I've still got a contingency plan. If you started with $100, so not a lot to risk, right? Your total profit would be $510, and you'd still have 1.46 SOL, which would be approximately 372 Solana. So not a bad run for a low risk cycle, right? If you only had 100 to play with, or if you only had 1,000 to play with, that would potentially set you up for next cycle, so you can build a bigger portfolio. If you don't have much money to start with, I can't recommend anything, but some people start with 1,000. They try to get to 10,000 in their first cycle, then they try to get 10,000 to 100,000 in the next cycle, just 10x. And then they try to get to 1 million with that 100,000, right? So it's 3 cycles to 1 million. If some people start with 10,000, it speeds up the whole process because they try to get to 1 million in 2 cycles, right? 10k to 100k, then 100k to 1 million, with a low risk strategy of a 10x strategy, right? Even though many tokens went 20x, 30x, 50x this cycle, right? I'm just talking conservatively about low risk plays. So Solana, I'm waffling, I'm jumping around. Solana came down to our support multiple times. So what happens when we come down to the SMC bar? Bounced off this level. Congrats if you took a long there, right? Every time we come down to the weekly support, I say, guys, this is very strong support. Usually we're going to get a bounce. Massive bounce, massive bounce, massive bounce. Every time we've come down to the weekly support, we've had a massive bounce, okay? So why is this time different? Now, technically it's not, right? The trend is your friend. We are clearly still in an uptrend on Solana. We do have a double top forming on Solana, okay? So this is a bearish sign. This is market exhaustion. Not only am I looking at Solana, I'm looking at the rest of the market. What happened with the Trump meme coins? People are selling their altcoins to buy other altcoins. The smart money are all in, right? We've looked at the smart money stable balances. They dropped to like 1.5%. It meant even the smart money didn't have any money to deploy back into the market, right? Everyone was fully in. I saw smart money accounts with millions of dollars in their wallets selling their long holds to buy meme coins, right? That actually was not far off the top of the meme coin cycle. That was insane, right? Because the smart money are amazing. They're so good at getting in early. They're so good at taking profits. I couldn't believe my eyes. They were getting sucked into the euphoria, the FOMO. I saw funds, actual funds were buying PopCat at the top and down 80%, 70%, right? We reached peak degeneracy with even the smartest people in the space, let alone the retail. Most retail held their meme coins down 80%, 90%. They've got absolutely wasted. Some of the funds started selling meme coins at a loss. This is when I saw loads of red flags. I saw loads of insiders, whales and smart money about 3 or 4 weeks ago selling stuff at a loss, stuff they'd been holding for years, just getting out of it. Those are massive red flags. People were selling hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Solana when we broke into all-time high up here. Like, that was a massive red flag for me. That's why I started selling. That's why I started getting into short positions. So many people in so much profits. You know, if it moves up 2x, so it went like from 150 here, it went up 2x in a very short amount of time. And if someone has $100 million here, that might have only been $10 million down here, right? They've 10x'd already. If it goes up 2x, guys, they make $100 million in just a couple of weeks. This is why you have huge sell-offs and profit taking. And I saw on chain a lot of them were taking profits. There was loads of mixed signals on socials as well. People were saying that exchanges were running out of Solana, but I could clearly see on chain that wasn't the case. Whales and smart money were selling hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Solana. There was no shortage of Solana. I don't know what that was. It seemed like some sort of campaign to create exit liquidity at the time. So many sus things have been going on lately. It really alarmed me, and that's why I took another 50% off the table. So we're coming back down to this support. So look, I'm a person of data. This is support. Okay, so when we come down to support, we've bounced. I would expect a bounce here, okay? I would expect. Why do I think this time potentially might be different? Because we have the double top, we also have this M pattern forming. Can you see how we are forming this M pattern here? Like this. Classic case, M pattern. Let's do a chart from the top to the bottom, so we can work out the target for this pattern. So I've already drawn it here, you can see. So this would bring us down to our previous support line. So we do have confluence as well, guys. I know I'm going to get a lot of FUD for this target, right? But it's $112, all right? That would be devastating to a lot of people, right? If we came down to $112 on Solana, many people would not believe it. And that's where I would take profits on my shorts and actually flip bullish. And I think by the time we get here, we'll probably need a pullback on BTC. We'll probably need a cool down on Ethereum, a cool down on the market in general. And by the time we get here, I think a lot of the market would have been shaken out, and then we potentially go into a recovery phase is what I'd be looking for. So something like this, and then into a recovery, into a final leg into Q4. We're going to need catalysts for that to happen, but I think we're going to see a Solana ETF. We're probably going to see institutions accumulating Solana. They're not going to want to buy in right now, guys, right? A lot of people are only getting access to this market, and look how much it's pumped. It's insane. It's still massively up today. It's still, for many people, it's still 10, 20x up today, even in this pullback. It's not cheap right now. People will say Solana under $200, it's cheap. No, it's not cheap right now, guys. It was $8. It was $8. It's now 200. It's had one of the greatest low risk bull runs we've seen, and it was carried by institutions and Trump. It's been the easiest asset play this cycle, right? It was faster, it was cheaper than Ethereum. Everyone was pushing it. There's ETF rumors coming now. We got Fire Dancer. It kept upgrading. They absolutely nailed the events. So yes, it can pull back to. It could pull back to $112 in a scam wick, because we did bounce off this level very aggressively previously. And it could bounce here. It could definitely bounce at this level. I wouldn't be surprised if we had an aggressive move if it did come down to this level. That is the bear case, okay? So let's say bull case. Let's just imagine this is sell in May, go away, by the way, this line here. This is usually you have a big sell-off into going sell in May, go away. Let's just say this time's different. All of a sudden, sell in May, go away becomes a bullish event, and no one really cares that it's normally a bearish catalyst. Let's say we rally, let's say we get an ETF approval for Solana, and we just continue to trend to the upside. Because we're not building any support, because we haven't come down for a real pullback, we just keep pushing up and up and up, then eventually, whenever we break through this support line, it's probably going to be the end of the market, because we've not come down, we've not built solid support. And if we do this, it's probably going to come down very fast, very aggressively into the end of the year. I prefer option B. Obviously, I'm leaning slightly bearish. I've got enough reasons to lean bearish with this current market and approaching selling may go away. This would be a lot more bullish, right? We've got nice support here, nice cool down, nice pullback, nice entry for institutions. And then we come back up. This is obviously going to be resistance, and then eventually if we break through this flips into support, and then we can continue our push to the upside into the end of the year. Okay, so into Q4. This might happen a lot faster than this, by the way, guys. So we get some sort of shakeout, liquidate all the longs. Obviously a lot of people are still in quite big longs in something like this. This is what I'd be looking for. If we go extreme bear case, so let's say we go into a recession, let's say the data's not good, Jerome Powell can't save us, then we go into a bear market, okay? This is my plan C. I do not think this is likely. I still think we're going to have a bullish Q4. We usually do have a bullish Q4, and we have a lot of crypto adoption in the macro. So I'd be very surprised to see a Solana ETF get approved, considering it's faster, cheaper than Ethereum. It's like 30% of the market cap of Ethereum. I think loads of money is going to come out of Ethereum and into Solana. President Trump just launched a token on Solana, like he has a meme coin on Solana. It's insane, right? It's insane. It's probably going to flip Ethereum in my opinion. They do need to work on it never going down again. Okay, if they can solve that, it's going to get so much institutional adoption. So I'm focused on that plan B for now. Hey, do I have a strategy for everything? Yes, absolutely, guys, because this is why I took profits here. This is why I took profits here. If it goes to the downside, I've already won. I've already made loads of money. I've already taken profits off the table. I put a lot more than 10K in this. Obviously, we was working these stats out on 10K, 1K. I'll put a lot more than 10K in this project, okay? So I've already made considerable amounts of money. If we go down, my moon bag is completely free money, right? So whenever I sell it, it's extra profits. If I sell it here, 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 if I sell it up here, this is my end goal, right? It's for us to have a correction and I end up taking profits up there. But wherever I sell it, it's an extra bonus. I've already won. So that's the position. I don't want to sit and hope it's going to go up and hope it's going to go up. Why do most people lose in cryptos? Because the price was $300. They didn't take profits. They got greedy, right? They got sucked into this Solana to $1,000. It's now 200. It becomes very hard to sell at 200. You say, I'm going to wait for the bounce. When it gets back to 300, I'm going to take profits. Then before you know it, it's 110, and your bag's down 50, 60%. Okay, so your 10K bag is now 4K, 5K, which looks depressing. And then, hey, maybe the worst case scenario does play out and we go into a bear market. Your 10K bag is now worth 2K 3k, and you're just like, what's the point in selling now? What's the point in taking profits? That's how it plays out time and time again. That's why I don't try to outsmart the markets. I just dollar cost average out, just take profits on the way up. Going to do exactly the same next cycle. When we crash and we go into a bear market, we start going sideways, I'm going to buy the red days, buy the red days, buy the red days. When we break out, I'm not going to get bullish, I'm not going to buy more, I'm just going to DCA out at targets. When BTC hits all-time high, sell, take profits. When BTC pushes up and 2x's from all-time high, sell, take profits, right? It's just a simple game, guys. Buy low, sell high. The manipulation along the way is what sucks people in and what wrecks people. But you have a strategy, stick to the strategy. I just want to make a 10x in returns. Not sure how much it will be by the time we get there. Maybe I'll sell 10%, maybe I'll sell 20%. I ended up selling 30% on the first one. I ended up selling 50%. Okay, I change with the market. Why am I selling 50%? Okay, things look really bearish. The smart money are really selling on chain. Solana whales are dumping massive amounts, hundreds of millions. Okay, I'm going to sell 50%. 100k, work out the targets. Why 100k was a target for a reason, right? All-time high was a target for a reason. All-time high is PTSD. A lot of people get a little bit anxious around all-time high. There's a lot of profit taking. Are we going to exceed all-time high? Nobody knows. So yeah, have targets based on psychology, targets based on what happened previously. I think that's it. I think that's pretty much it, guys. I think we've covered everything. So I'm expecting to sell the last of my bags in Q4. I have a strategy in case we go down. If we do start to lose, if we lose this level here, I'm out of the game. Okay, if we lose this 114k level, we're in a bear market. Okay, and I'm out of the game completely. I'll sell my last moon bag. I am gonna enter long positions if we come down to these levels, and I am. Would I buy Solana here? I mean, I might actually go heavy into Solana on spot, but with a very small stop loss. So I might put like 100k or something, large size into Solana at these support levels, because leverage trading, you can get liquidated really easily, right? If you get scam wicks. But spot, I might buy a spot bag with a mental stop loss on the spot and go for a 2x, right? Because if it comes down to 110, I could probably turn my 100k into 200k, and I'd sell everything at double. I wouldn't be waiting for $500 or $1,000, even if I did think it can get to those levels. I'm just literally trying to make a 2x off this play, right? 100k to 200k, or 1 million to 2 million, and I'm risking 100k, but because I'm going to sell if we close below this level, because I'm going to sell if we close below, I'm only risking 5-10%. So I'm risking a very small amount to potentially make a very large amount. So there's definitely going to be spot plays and leverage plays if we come down to these levels. I think if they do scam it out here, like we just saw that scam wick on Ethereum, if they are able to scam these wicks down, I think we're going to see institutions and funds load up, especially with a Solana ETF. I mean, everyone knows this Solana ETF is probably going to be approved. The president has a coin on Solana, right? It's going to be approved. The president's starting altcoin ETF, crypto funds, has his own crypto company, is purchasing altcoins. ETF's going to get approved, and a lot of people, I think, are going to be buying the Solana ETF over the Ethereum ETF. Look at the state of the Ethereum ETF, right? It's embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing. The price is just trending down and down and down. It's been outperformed by Bitcoin. Like, it's not good, guys. And people keep saying, oh, it's down so much, it has to bounce. But nobody's asking the question, why is it down so much? Why is it not bounced? Why is this the worst Ethereum cycle? Why did I even buy Ethereum? Like, that's the number one question you should be asking yourself. Why did you buy Ethereum? I feel like a lot of people bought Ethereum because they said, here's what happened last cycle. I bought Ethereum last cycle. I bought Ethereum at $200. It was a no-brainer. Everybody, it was new. It was the security was second to none. It was the go-to chain. Developers were building left, right, and center. The volume was crazy. The DEX volume was crazy. Most of the maxis and KOLs were worshipping it, right? Saying it's going to go to 10,000. It's going to go to 10,000. It was a no-brainer play, and it done over a 10x. That was its first cycle. What happened since then? A lot of things have changed, right? Solana really solidified itself in the space. It's faster, it's cheaper. They had some problems going down, but they managed to solve it. It just doesn't make sense to me for Ethereum to be the go-to chain. Maybe next cycle it's Sui, maybe it's Solana, I don't know. I just think there's going to be a lot of money coming into Solana, especially coming out of Ethereum. If you look at the market cap difference, I think ETH is around 350, 300 in market cap billion, and Solana is 90, right? It's like 30% of the price, guys. So that's so much money that could potentially come into Solana. It'll be interesting to see how much this crashes in a bear market. And it'll be interesting to see how they build. They need to focus on bringing back utility onto Solana. So I think that's probably going to be one of their main goals and tasks in the bear market. I want to see that. I don't want to be invested in a meme coin chain. Yes, meme coins are likely going to go bonkers next cycle, just as they did in the last two cycles. And maybe you could even argue it's going to get even bigger next cycle. There's going to be tokens that push up even higher as we get more users coming into crypto. More users, more shillers, right? Meme coins is very shilly. That's why you have such a great adoption of users coming on, because you've got millions of people shilling this one meme and to their friends and to their friends at school. It's like a virus. It spreads out. And the more people we have, the bigger it's going to grow every year, every cycle. You are going to need things to go up to like billions in market cap, which they tend to do at first, because there's a lot of newbies who come in and they're not used to seeing the disgusting crashes that happen. So the newbies come in, right? The Jeets sell and get shaken out, and then they realize, oh, this is the start of a new bull run, right? This is where new retail actually start holding these things. And then people start to hold, and you get this holding mentality on memes, and then it rugs, and then you get this rug mentality, and then everyone gets exhausted and bled dry, and you get liquidity drops, liquidity squeezes, liquidity grabs. KOLs are launching pump and dumps left, right, and center every other day, just squeezing the life out of the market. And then Trump comes and does the same, right? I did not expect Trump and Melania to come out and start squeezing the life out of the market. Guys, as always, none of this information is financial advice. Do your own research. Investing in crypto is highly risky. If you want to get involved with us, jump over to my X account. So come over to my X. Here we go. Smart Money here. And then you'll see a link to join here and get involved with us. And you can see all my calls and alerts in Discord. Yeah, pretty much it. None of the information in this video is financial advice. You should always do your own research. Investing in crypto is highly risky, and you can lose all your money in crypto. So these are just my strategies. These are just what I'm doing. And yeah, you should always do your own research. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of these videos. Until then, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.